Hey guys, it's Nick. The market had a really wild ride today with the Dow being down over 1,000 points at one point, but it recovered into positive territory by the close. Now, I see there is a lot of talk about Kevin selling off his $20 million portfolio and then shorting the market by buying $1 million in puts on the QQQ a few days ago. So, did Kevin short the market right before it's going to have a big turnaround? I'm going to look at his trade and see where it is now after this big rally. Is he losing money on it, or did he sell it during the day when the market was at the bottom? Let's take a look and see what we can learn from this whole saga. So let's look at the details of this put contract. It expires March 31st, 2022, so it has about 60 days. Strike price is 370, so it is deep in the money. And he has 500 contracts, and each contract controls 100 shares. So he's controlling 50,000 shares of stock with this. And it cost him $1.16 million to do that. And here it shows his cost is $23.22. So for every dollar that this thing ends up below $370, he makes $50,000 minus the premium that he paid to buy the contract, the time value of the contract. And if you look at the contract after the close today, here is the 370 strike price, 66 days left. It closed at $26.16, down $1.23, and it has a time value of about $9 and intrinsic value of almost $18. So in other words, 370 minus 18 is about 352, and that's where it ended up today. But if the QQQ did nothing and stayed at 370 until March 31st, in other words, if he holds this for 66 days and the QQQ closes at 370, he doesn't technically make or lose any money except for the premium that he paid to buy these, which is the whole 1.16 million. So let's take a look at what the QQQs were doing when he bought this and what they did today. He bought this somewhere around this level on Friday, and he was already in the money by the close, and the market today gapped down a lot, and by 12:30 it had made a low of about $334. Now that is 12:30 New York time. The screenshot he had showed a time of 10:50, which he's in California, so it's 3 hours behind. So it's somewhere around this level that he took the picture. So it was already off the low of the day and heading higher. So he didn't cash out down here. Did he cash out somewhere on the way up? So here's a look of a chart of the actual put contract that he owns. He got in somewhere around $23 on Friday. So either over here or over here somewhere. And as of this morning, it gapped up to about $32, and it peaked at almost $41. So at this point, he was up $18 from his purchase price times 50,000 shares, which is about $900,000. The screenshot he took was somewhere around here, 35 or something, at 150. So it had already come down a bit, but he was still up $560,000 at this point. I don't know if he sold out and went long because he saw the thing was bottoming or what, but had he held until the end of the day, it ended up down here, 2606, which is only about $3 off of his purchase price. So at this point, if he held on, he was up about $150,000 here. So we know he didn't sell here at the top. He showed the screenshot here. He might have sold with a $560,000 gain or something along those lines. Or maybe he's holding because he expects it tomorrow to go down on some bad news or whatever. He has 66 days for this thing to keep going down and make more money. Or if he thinks that it has already bottomed, he could sell it at any time he wants and just cash out. Now, if you see some of the comments on his videos about this, some people are mad at him for selling out and going short when more recently he was telling people to buy the dip. And I think there's some people in some kind of paid investment group that he has that are kind of mad that they didn't get the notification quick enough that he sold out his longs and was now short while they still stayed long and potentially have losses. Now, this video is not to crap on Kevin or call him paper hands or whatever. The idea that he cannot change his mind from buy the dip to short the market in one day is unfair because it is his money and he can change his mind on being long or short as many times as he wants. Now, if he promised to tell his paid members every move he makes, that may be a different story. I don't know for sure that that is the case. But putting himself out there and showing his trades to the world takes a lot of balls. Also, it kind of skews his decision making because now he has to fight with his ego to save face in front of his millions of viewers. It may be much harder to take a loss and get out of a position when you have millions of followers watching your moves and just waiting to criticize you. Will Kevin make money on his trade? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he already sold it. Either way, you should not try to follow his trades and expect him to feed you buy and sell notifications. So, what can we learn from this? Well, the number one thing that you should learn from this is not to take investment tips from anyone. Not only can they be wrong, which everyone is at some point, but more importantly, the person who you took the tip from may have a reason for buying which may change in 1 hour, 1 day, or 1 week. Don't expect that they will notify you on when exactly you should sell. If you blindly follow someone into an investment and not know the reason you bought it, you will probably not know when those reasons have changed. The second lesson is not to try to take revenge on the market after a big loss. I don't know if or how much Kevin lost on his $20 million portfolio when he sold, but it seems like this huge put option position is kind of like a revenge trade. And that can do real monetary and psychological damage to you to sell out a long position at the bottom, then reverse and short the market only to see it rally from there. Believe me, I have done it myself many times. I found that the best thing to do after you take a loss that upsets you is to go buy something expensive that you normally would not buy, like a fancy steak dinner at a restaurant or some kind of gift to yourself, like some electronics or something. I have found that this is way cheaper than the money you will lose trying to get revenge on the stock market. And at the end of the day, you actually get something tangible out of it. So guys, if you ever got whipsawed selling a long position for a loss and then shorting to take revenge, let me know how that worked out for you in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.